If you shoot video with an SLR camera and want more stable, better looking footage, you might say, what about a gimbal? And this is what we're going to talk about today. Hi everyone and welcome. Today we're going to talk about the ZHIYUN Weebill Cinepeer 3E. In today's video we are going to do an unboxing. I will show you how to balance this gimbal. Also, I will be testing this gimbal in different scenarios. Finally, I will give you a review and a final verdict about this gimbal. Stay tuned. So, let's start with the unboxing. I would like to say thank you first to ZHIYUN for sending the gimbal. This is my honest review. I was never asked to do a biased review. So here we go. So, the ZHIYUN Weebill 3E comes in a cardboard box with a nice handy handle. When you open it, you'll find another styrofoam case, which is very good and very protective for the gimbal. And inside, you will find the gimbal itself. So, first, the gimbal, which I can say already feels pretty good in my hand. It comes also with a mini tripod. A connecting plate, and we have some accessories. We have a cable, USB-C to USB-C, and this is for charging your camera with the gimbal, because the gimbal can also be used as a battery for the camera. We have also a screw to connect the camera to the plate, a handy tool, and also a USB to USB-C cable so that you can charge the gimbal. Now we are going to talk about one of the most important things in gimbals, which is balancing. Balancing is really important for two main reasons. One of which, if the camera and the gimbal are not balanced, the gimbal will start moving and jittering, and that will cause the footage not to be stable and smooth. One other thing is the gimbal will start working too much, and that will drain the battery. So balancing is really important. On this gimbal, balancing is very easy to do, and I'm going to guide you step by step on how to do it. First of all, we have to connect the plate to the camera. I'm using the tool provided by ZHIYUN. It's very important that the plate is mounted straight. The gimbal has three different movements, which is the pan, tilt, and roll. And we have to adjust each and every setup. I will be setting up the Sony a7R4 using the 14mm f1.4, which is quite a heavy setup. But before starting setting up, we need to lock the gimbal. So all three motors have their lock, so like that nothing is going to move. We will now insert the camera from the front and lock it. I'm going to release the first motor. It is important that you hold the camera, because if you release it without holding it, the camera will fall and you can damage the camera. As you can see, the camera is falling in front. So we will release the plate and adjust it a little bit back or forward until the camera is not moving. It seems okay. Now it is important that the camera stays like that and doesn't move. This will be adjusted using this lever. It is very important to be a little bit patient and do a good job as much as possible, because this will help the gimbal from overworking. As you can see, I'm moving the camera and the camera is staying in the position. That means that the tilt is adjusted correctly. Now I'm going to lock the tilt motor and release, always holding the camera, the roll motor. As you can see, it is falling to one side. So I'm going to adjust the camera left or right. This is done from this lever underneath. You can see it's already nearly balanced. And there you can see that anywhere I leave the camera won't move. That means it is the roll motor is balanced correctly. The last motor is the pen motor. So to adjust the pen motor, it is important to lock all motors and release the pen motor only. We're going to test it by lifting the camera, and when you lift the gimbal and it starts moving, that means that it needs adjustments. So we will adjust it from this lever over here until the camera won't move when we tilt the gimbal. As you can see, the gimbal is being tilted and the camera is not moving. If we release all the locks, we can see that the camera is not moving too much, only a little bit, but that is okay. Now I am going to switch on the gimbal. I will go to the menu, motor, and do an auto calibration. As you can see now, the camera is moving, the gimbal is jittering and doing its own final tune. That's it, it's done. And now you can see that the gimbal is stable and ready for shooting. I tested the gimbal in different scenarios and it worked great in all of them. One of the tests I did was going up and down the stairs. As you can see, the difference is very, very big. Going up the stairs with the gimbal and without the gimbal makes a very, very big difference. I tried to hold the camera as steady as much as possible while going up the stairs, but it's nothing compared to the gimbal. After testing the Weebill Cinepeer 3E for a couple of days, I found that it is a really, really good gimbal. The algorithms of the motors are really, really good and you can get very, very stable shots with this. One of the biggest advantages of this gimbal is the size of the gimbal. As you can see, it is really, really small and compact. It fits in an A4 paper. The runtime of this gimbal is really, really good. ZHIYUN is claiming 16 hours of runtime, but after testing I managed to get a good 14 hours runtime, which is obviously really, really good, especially for the size of this gimbal. The feel of this gimbal is great. It is very, very solid. Even my grip is really good. The weight of this gimbal is also a big advantage because it is really, really light. It is about 1 kilogram, and it manages to stabilize even large cameras. As I showed you the Sony a7R4 with a 14mm f1.8 lens, which is quite heavy. Another positive of this gimbal is the customizable buttons, the joystick, and also the screen where you can go into the menu using the different buttons over here. The gimbal also has a USB-C port so that you can connect it to the camera and charge the camera. Another good feature which I really like is the Bluetooth connectivity. You can connect the camera to the gimbal using Bluetooth, and this will enable the feature that you can start and stop your camera using the record button over here. This helps a lot because you don't need to remove your hand and press the start button on the camera. It's easy to do it with just one hand. The gimbal can be connected to an app called ZHIYUN Play. You can easily download this from the App Store. As you can see, when you go in the app, you press connect, you will find the Weebill, and it will connect via Bluetooth. In the app, you have several functions like rotating the camera and doing a lot of different modes. You can take photos, you can start and stop recording. Also, you can do panoramics, time lapses, trajectory. In the trajectory, you can also set different points, and the camera will do that without any jitter whatsoever. And that's very, very handy. The gimbal has several modes like pan follow, lock, follow, POV mode, and vortex mode, which is my favorite. If you triple press the front button, the gimbal will turn the camera facing you, so that it is very good for vlogging as well. Now that portrait video is becoming more popular, I'm going to show you how easy it is to change the Cinepeer Weebill 3E from landscape to portrait mode. This is really easily done, and I'm going to set up a timer to see how fast it is to do it. So first, I'm going to lock all three motors. I'm going to remove the camera, including the plate, and change to the portrait position. I will release the roll motor so that I can adjust That's it. I will lock the roll motor and check the tilt, which is okay. So I can release all motors, switch it on, and there we are. Camera in portrait mode in a couple of minutes. overall, the Weebill Cinepeer 3E is a very good solid gimbal, especially for the price and the features it has. I think it's best for travelers because it's compact, lightweight, and can carry also cameras with large lenses and quite heavy lenses as well. The only downside I found with this gimbal is that the menu selector button is a bit small. And for me, with a bit of large fingers, it is a little bit difficult to change from one menu to another. It is not a big deal, but I think having the menu from the joystick, it's much easier. That's my review for the Weebill Cinepeer 3E. Hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can see more videos like this. Thank you and bye for now.